Do not eat before or during swimming. Eating must be done 2 to 3 hours before. 2 to 3 hours before. And when I say eating, I mean heavy eating. So, if I'm going to be swimming, if I have a class at 10 o'clock, it's advisable that I will go to you, Mommy, I want to eat now at 8 o'clock. So you eat very well, get some energy from that food, eat heavy to prepare yourself for swimming. Do you guys see how much energy we use when we're swimming? When this gentleman did 40 lengths, if he didn't eat, he would have passed out. So we need to eat very well before we get in the pool. So if we have a class at 10 o'clock, we need to eat at
8 o'clock.
Very good. We got that. If we don't have time because Mommy is running late and there is no food in the house, we can snack. Okay? So ideally, we can have like one wrap of biscuits 30 minutes before swimming. Because let's say we have a class at 4 o'clock and we have school. What is the ideal thing that we do if we have a class at 4 o'clock and we're at school? Snacks. We are having a snack and we're having an energy drink or a Maltina or a Fanta 30 minutes before swimming. Very good. If we have a snack 30 minutes before swimming, that is okay. 30 minutes because it's not heavy food. But we're not allowed to eat heavy food while we're swimming. Okay, so do not drink alcohol. This is what you must tell Mommy and Daddy. None of you here is old enough to drink alcohol, but Mommy, Daddy, we are not allowed to drink alcohol while we're swimming. So if your daddy knows how to swim and he goes like, I'm a big man, I'm going to drink alcohol, you say, no! Daddy, swim guru says it is dangerous. We are not allowed to ever drink alcohol. We can drink soft drink, a soda. We can drink water. We can drink anything that is non-alcoholic beverage. But we're not allowed to eat while we're in the water. We're not allowed to snack while we're in the water. We're not allowed to smoke or drink for the adults. None of that is allowed, okay? Why are we doing the water safety rules and why are we learning about it? Because when we have water safety knowledge and we are competent swimmers, what do we mean by competent swimmers? He is a competent swimmer because he has learned to navigate the water and do loads and loads of lengths. You guys are not that competent yet, but you're going to be very soon. Very important. Even a competent swimmer can die in the water if we don't observe the water safety rules that I'm teaching all of you right now. Okay? So, if we want to drink alcohol as an adult, it has to be 2 hours before swimming. So if Daddy wants to drink, 2 hours before Daddy can drink, but not just before going into the water. And you're going to say, Daddy, I'm not allowing you to do it because I love you. I don't want you to have an accident. Because Daddy will say, but I do it all the time. Yes, you do it all the time. But when you drink alcohol before swimming, you are prone to have an accident because it affects your good judgment. You got that?
Yes.
Very good. Then the third one. Around the pool, there cannot be glasses or bottles or breakable materials. Never. So, I have a little toy that is breakable. I cannot bring it close to the pool. I have a bottle. I cannot bring it close to the pool. Anything that can break and hurt someone, we cannot bring it close to the pool. Is that clear?
Yes.
Very good. Then the next one is, we shouldn't try to impress people when we're in the pool. Okay, now you know how to swim, huh? Now let me show off my skills. So you're going to do extra. No doing of extra in the pool, because when we do extra, we endanger our lives and the lives of everybody else. So you like to do that stunt that you've never done before because you feel you're good. It's not important for you to show off. Why do we learn swimming? It is a life skill, right? It's a life skill that protects us and protects our families, because if mommy cannot swim, for instance, when you guys become very good, I will teach you how to save mommy. Isn't that cool? But what we must do is we must try to get our mummies and daddies to swim. Why? Because we want them alive. We want them to be alive to take care of us until we become adults, right? So we must say, Mommy, Daddy, Swim Guru says, very important, we must learn how to swim. But if Mommy is ole and Mommy doesn't want to come and learn, then we will pity Mommy and try to learn hard and fast so that if something happens, we can save Mommy. But if we don't know how to save people, we are not allowed to ever save people. So if you see someone dying, don't go and try to touch them. Never. N-O. We don't ever try to save someone. Can anybody tell me why? Can you guess? Tell me why.
Because we don't know how to.
Very good, because we don't know how to swim good enough to save them. Another reason.
Vessel will drag you.
Wow! Wow! Amazing! Do you guys hear that? Say it again and louder.
The vessel will drag you.
The person will drag you down with them. How did you know that? Because when you were trying to survive, you were dragging somebody too? Okay, so the good thing is that this little girl nailed it. She said the person will drag you down with them. So if I don't know how to save people, even when I'm a competent swimmer, I am not allowed. And can you guys imagine me trying to save mommy and I'm this little?
You know, it happens to her. Are you correct?
So, if I am this little and I'm trying to save mommy,
No,
is
not-
it possible?
not possible.
Mommy's too big. That's why mommy has to learn how to swim and stop being all that. Okay?
Ole?
Mommy has to go and pay and learn how to swim. Why? Because in Nigeria, when you pay to swim, it takes them 1 year, 2 years to teach you. But mommy is lucky to have the swim guru, because unlike you little children, where I don't promise that you will learn how to swim in 1 day, with mommy, I promise her that she must learn how to swim in 1 day. So mommy can learn. Why not? Why do we wait for something to happen before we do something? So because of that, our slogan in the Swimming 1 Day project, you guys read that? That's the name of my organization. Our slogan is better safe than sorry. Can I hear that?
Better safe than sorry.
It's always better to prevent something than when it happens, then I'm like, oh,
I'm sorry.
I wish I did something earlier, but I didn't. The idea is not I wish. The idea is now that you have enough time to learn how to swim, you learn how to swim now. It's not tomorrow. Because you don't know what is going to happen when you leave here. You may be going home and there is a bridge and the bridge falls in. We're not praying for that, but anything can happen. This is Nigeria. We don't maintain our bridges. We don't do a lot of things that we're supposed to be doing. So when the bridge falls in, for instance, and you hit the water, you have to swim and go to safety and hold on to something until help comes. And if I don't know how to swim and I don't know how to save someone, the best thing for me to do is to call for help. Somebody help, or Can someone guess what we could do to someone that is swimming instead of going to help them? Huh?
Throw a rope.
Another person.
Throw a rope.
Throw a stick or
A stick? No, you hurt them if it's a stick. You could throw a tube. You could throw a rope. You could have a long stick and hold on to it and reach out to them and say, grab it, grab it. And when they grab it, you pull them to safety. Now we're talking about the swimming pool, but maybe we are at sea. And you know, guys, what? Once you guys are very good, I'm going to be taking you to sea so you can swim in big waters. And when you're at sea, things can happen too. The best thing to throw in the sea would be a tube or something they could float on. Okay? But do not ever try to save anybody that is drowning. Very good. So we got that clear. Now the next one is, do not swim when you have open cuts or wounds, or if you're having your period, for the girls that are grown up. So grown up ladies have something that they call period. If you don't understand it, I cannot explain it because you're not grown up. But if you have blood coming from your body, you're not allowed to swim. If you're sick, you're not allowed to swim. If you're feeling a headache, small dizzy feeling, you're not allowed to swim. Why? Because if you're feeling dizzy and you're in the water, some little thing can happen and you get dizzy in the water, and that's it. The water is our friend, but we cannot take the water for granted. So we have to take it seriously. We can play, but we have to play safe. No rough play when we are in the pool. So when we're playing, we cannot be hitting our brother in the head, because when you hit him in the head, he may just go. In 2 seconds, people die in the pool. So the pool and the water is something that we love and we can play a lot in, but we play safe. So we play kind of plays that are, we play safe so that we do not have to get any accidents and get into trouble, okay? Then the next one is that we do not go diving when we go into a new pool. When we go to a new pool that we don't know which one is the shallow end, and we don't know which one is the deep end. So imagine that you go and you dive in the wrong place. Where is it in the pool that we are not allowed to?
shallow.
So imagine that you go to a new pool and you don't know, and you decide that you want to dive. And you just dive in the shallow end, and if you protect yourself the way you've been taught, then on the floor, boom, you break all of that. And if you're unfortunate and you want to do shakara and you don't protect yourself, what happens? Your head, which is more dangerous. Okay? So accidents can happen, but why we learn water safety is so that we do not have to have that. I have done swimming all my long old life, and I have never had one accident. Do you guys know why? Guess. The what?
Safety.
The water safety rules. There are so many types of safety, but what we are learning now is what we have to do and what we must obligate mommy and daddy to do when we're around the water. Okay? So because I've been following the rules, I've never had an accident. And I will never have. So I don't know if you guys noticed at the other pool, when the guy started swimming backward, I told him, no, you're not allowed to swim backward when there are loads of people in the pool. Why? Because there are crazy ones that close their eyes. There are people that don't care and they go like, because they don't know how to swim. So what happens to you when you're swimming with your back? You can hurt someone, you can bump into someone, what else? If you're not good, you can use your head and hit the other one because you're going to be pretending like, oh, I'm having a good time. No, no, no. No showing off. Remember, we're not allowed to show off. So we need to remember that when there are people, we don't swim with our back. And we tell the people around us, do not swim with your back, okay? So, what would be the ideal way to get into a swimming pool when we are new and we don't know the swimming pool? How do we get in? You have to raise up your hand. Let's see who is the smartest. Let's start with somebody that didn't talk before. Oh, yes. How do you go in? And how do you get in when you're going through the staircase? You turn back and slowly, one by one. Get me? Oh, that's my boy. So, everybody remembers that. One by one. You want to tell us some more? Tell me. Yes, when you know that the water is already shallow, you can jump, but with your legs. Guys, if we ever want to jump in the shallow end with our legs, we don't dive in the shallow end, never, okay? I have two big champions here. Okay, so we're going on. If I want to go swimming, can I go alone?
No.
I, swim guru. I, swim guru.
Yes.
I am the swim guru. I go
You can
into
go
the
alone.
sea and I stay 5 hours swimming alone. So I can go wherever I want in the sea alone. I can. Because I started swimming at the age of 9 and I haven't stopped swimming and I'm now a grandpa. Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. So, I can do that. But can you do it? No. If you want to go swimming, you must always go with mommy and daddy or a big brother or someone to supervise you. And the reason why we're doing that is because you're kids and sometimes you stop playing and you lose your brains, so you're not thinking anymore. And this is the reason why it's very important for us to teach mommy and daddy the water safety rules. And that's why we're going to learn to sing it so that we remember them, right?
Yeah.
So very, very important. We cannot go alone unsupervised or unattended. I keep saying, don't run on the pool deck. Don't run, don't run. What does that mean? That we are not allowed to? We are never allowed to run. We must walk every time we are around the swimming pool. Walk. Not run. Why? You slip. It's not about the injury, it's about the slipping. Because around the pool, it's always slippery. And if it's always slippery, what is the right thing to do? To walk, like a gentleman and lady. So we don't play chase. We don't play that kind of play in the swimming pool. But we can play chase when we are inside the water, right? Because it's safe. And we're all big swimmers now, so we can handle that. Okay. Sometimes people say, am I allowed to drink water? Yes, but don't drink too much. Because if I drink too much water, then it starts in my stomach. Huh? No, if you drink too much water, your stomach will start doing and when you get into the water, it's going to continue like no, over here. Okay? So, it's very important to drink, but not too much. Okay? Minimum. So we can drink all the time. Because I'm going to surprise you. When we're in the water, we can get dehydrated. So, when you're in the water, you sweat or you don't sweat. Is it true or not? Which one is it happening? Well, what is happening when we're in the water? Do we sweat when we're doing all this workout?
No.
Anybody that says yes? We don't sweat when we're in the water, right?
Yes.
Lie! We do sweat when we're in the water. That's why it's very important that sometimes we can come out and drink. But if you're a strong man like me, doesn't matter. Because I can do without the drink and I can do without the food. But every normal person sweats when they're in the water. Especially because we're working out. We're burning energy. Okay? But the beautiful thing about swimming is that when we sweat, we are refreshed. So the water makes it feel like we're not sweating, and that's why you guys don't know that you were sweating all that time while you were in the water. Okay? So we must drink when we feel thirsty. Okay? The next one is that we cannot swim in a dirty pool. If we go to a pool and they've not treated it with chemicals, and it's not a private pool in our home where it's just us, and we know that it's clean because it's just us, the pool has to be treated and it cannot be dirty. So when you see a dirty pool, what is the reason why we cannot swim in a dirty pool?
Because it's not treated. You can contact disease.
You can contact diseases. Your sister said it. Oh, you're a good girl. She doesn't cheat. She said it's the sister. I know, but I'm giving her 5 because she didn't want to take it over from you. Because a lot of kids will do that. So, thank you. Thank you, smart girl. So, we can catch diseases. Even if there's chlorine, even if it's treated, when we go to a dirty pool, we can catch diseases. And there are so many types of diseases that we could catch when we go to a dirty pool. So when we go to the pool, how do we know that the pool is clean or dirty? Can anybody tell me? Okay. That's not very good, but it's good enough. She said, if it's not treated, then it's dirty. Yes? Anybody can guess how we know a dirty pool? Nope. He said when you see particles in the water, seeing particles in the water does not mean that it's a dirty pool. Because a lot of particles can fly from the air and go inside. So seeing particles in the water doesn't make it dirty. What makes it dirty? The color. Very good. What color does a clean water have? Transparent. Transparent means that it is colorless. It doesn't have any color. You can see through. When it's transparent, so how do we know that a swimming pool is clean? When we go and we look through and it's transparent, like our little brother said, when we can see through and we can see the bottom. But is this the only thing that assures us that the pool is clean? No. There is more. There is more. It could look clean and be transparent, but when you get in, there is something else that somebody may be able to guess. Something we feel in the bottom.
Sand.
Huh?
Sand.
No, not sand.
Come on, you color guys. How does the bottom of the dirty pool feel like?
Anybody can answer that?
Slippery.
Huh? Not rough, slippery. I heard somebody say slippery. So it's slimy, and it's slippery, and it's when you feel it, it feels like you put your feet in maggots. So, yes, the pool could look clean, but in reality, it's not clean. And then there's another thing that a pool that looks clean may not have that makes it dirty. So if a pool that looks clean is not properly treated or treated wrongly, then we cannot know that. We just have to pray to God that our Nigerian brothers and sisters do well by us. So if they do a bad job, you would still catch a disease. Okay, so if they don't put the right amount of chemicals, we would be in trouble. Okay, so now we're going to the next one. Remember when it was raining and we had to come out? Why did we come out? Let me see. Who didn't speak here? Who wants to answer first? You? You? Go, you. Because of? Louder. Thunderstorms.